and why you should care. Artificial intelligence has been making a lot of name for itself and impacting every industry. AI's current value is about of $100 billion US dollars to expected to grow by 20 times by 2030 and reach up to nearly $2 trillion by 2023. Don't be surprised if the number is much more than that. There are various types of AI and a lot of tools that are used for the several purposes, but are you aware of the term called generative AI? Do you know what it is for? If not, then you have come to the right place, as in this video we will be looking at what generative AI is, its use case and application, and why is it so important for us. So let the learning begin. First things first, what is generative AI? Well, what do we really mean when we say generative AI? Well, it is a type of AI that can create new unique outputs such as images, videos, music and text. Opposing the traditional AI, which is mainly identifying and categorizing the already existing data, generative AI actually goes on to create the new and unique outputs on the basis of set of rules and learned models. It must be noted that generative AI is not a new concept. In fact, it has been tracked to be there by 1960s when chatbots were really first introduced. So you don't have to be surprised when you think it is a new thing. But only after the introduction of generative adversarial networks did this type of AI really pick up. Well, what are the generative adversarial networks? Let us know about that. Generative adversarial networks, GANs, are one of the most common forms of generative AI. A GAN consists of two neutral networks, A, generator, and B, a discriminator. The generator produces the fresh outputs while the discriminator assesses the outputs to decide whether they are realistic or not. Together, the two networks are trained to produce outputs that are convincing enough to deceive the discriminator while properly identifying the outputs that are either fake or real. Let us have a look at some application of generative AI. Numerous possible uses of generative AI exist, such as production of new and original work of the art, the creation of realistic synthetic data for machine learning models, the production of fresh and cutting-edge goods, and the construction of new and more effective algorithms. For instance, generative AI can be applied to produce original work of art like music, painting, and movies. It gives artists the new ways to express themselves creatively and give them the freedom to push the boundaries of what it is practical. Realistic synthetic data can be also produced using generative AI for machine learning models. This is especially helpful in the industries like medicine, while gathering a real-world data may be challenging or may be impossible. Researchers may train machine learning models to anticipate outcomes, recognize patterns by employing generative AI to generate synthetic data and leading the novel insights and advances. Additionally, generative AI has the capacity to produce novel and cutting-edge goods. For instance, it can be used to create a brand new item like apparel, furniture, or create fresh and more effective algorithms. Ethical consideration of generative AI. Just like any new technology, one needs to have mindful of using generative AI as it raises some important ethical and societal complications. For instance, generating fraud images, films, or text using generative AI could be used to disseminate false information and sway away the public opinion. To overcome this situation and such issues, it is very important that there are some standards and laws that are preserve generative AI benefits, but at the same time provide safeguard against its possible misuse. If we want to use generative AI in the best possible way, governments, organizations, and individuals must play an informed part together. Concluding the video, AI is present and the future. Generative AI is a big part of it, and it has a potential to significantly impact each and every industry. What is this piece? AI can do endless, and we can only expect it to grow. While there are a lot of benefits of it, one must be careful and mindful while using it and make sure that it is being used in a responsible way. Whichever industry you may be from, it is very important for you to understand how AI works. So if you are looking to learn more about it, join B10X today.